in the gym. Going to do some deadlifts, clean and presses, and some shrug work. So again, trying to keep the back from breaking in the middle there. So this is just a warm-up set of deadlifts at 60, and this following a few minutes of some stretches through some tight hamstrings. Second warm-up set here, 100 at 3, and still looking pretty good. Kind of cramped for space in this gym, but if I set up by the door here, I seem to have enough room to deadlift all right. Final warm-up set here is 140 for 2, and still looking fairly decent through the back. I got the belt on there, so that bump you see in the lower back is actually the belt on under the hoodie. A single at 160 went up fairly clean. Now a single at 180, yeah, I could start to see it going down. The plan was to work up to try a 190 or even a 200 today, but I really wanted to keep the form decent, and I really wanted to drive with the legs and the back at the same time instead of letting the hips pop up and doing what often turns into more of a stiff leg deadlift. Now Elliot Hulse has a video on his other channel on deadlifting for tall athletes, and his suggestion is to try a wide stance, almost a sumo stance deadlift. So I think I'm going to give that a try the next time I do a deadlift day. Try and widen the stance out. I'm going to grip the bar in between the legs and try and pull it up that way. I've got a long back, and so it's potentially going to turn into an injury or a re-injury in the future. So far I've been pretty good. Lower back seems strong enough to take the lift, but I think I could get some bigger numbers if I work towards linking together the hip drive, hamstring drive, and back drive at the same time. But all in all, not too bad of a day for deadlift form. Switching the grip there to finish off, did a set at 100. Switched over to clean and presses, and this is something that I mentioned a few days ago that I wanted to add as a regular part of the workout, but I'm still working on and form and numbers. So I worked up today to do a single at 85, which is what I had done last time. But following the deadlifts, there wasn't a whole lot of power left, so I think I might start my next shoulder workout with these. 70 went up all right, popping it up with the hips a little bit, looked pretty decent, and the press on the end looked pretty good all right. Good lockout there. Did a single at 80 with a bit of a pause before the press. Not too much of a push press, and I guess this is something that I probably need to add in, is more of a push press movement with the press portion. Took a step back there, and the first attempt at the press didn't go. The second attempt didn't quite lock out, but we'll take 2 halves and call it a whole. 75 for 2 looked all right. Watch the second one here, and a little bit of a step there, but still working on these, and the weights aren't super heavy yet. 60 by 6 and 60 by 5 were my final 2 sets there, and trying to get my grip width to be comfortable, not to aggravate the elbows, and I think I did a pretty good job today. I walked out of the gym with the elbow tendonitis not really flaring up too much, and this being one of the exercises, the clean and press being one of the exercises that has historically been aggravating for the elbow, especially where the tricep tendon comes in. So final set, finally warmed up. Thank goodness the heat had turned down a little bit today, so it worked out well for heat and clothing today. Did a set of 60 by 5, and that was the end of the clean and presses. With a bit of extra time, I want to do some barbell shrugs. So I started out real heavy here at 240 by 4 is all I could get on these, and this is real heavy. That looks like 3, real heavy. So I didn't feel like I was getting the full extension at the top of the movement. So dropped the weight down. I did some 210s for 6, and then you know, a much better range of motion here on the 180s. But as the 180 seemed to be a happy weight for me at the end of the workout, I decided I was going to switch from barbell shrugs into some rack deadlifts and work on just the intermediary there. So this training the top or lockout portion of the deadlift, and squeezing the glutes at the top of the movement, and squeezing the traps, although not necessarily turning that into a shrug. Sometimes I do link the rack deadlifts into a shrug, as you can see in some other videos, but here I was just doing a quick squeeze at the top and not throwing in a second shrug movement. Also, the bar was set at knee height and not below knee height, but still low enough that I feel safe calling these rack deadlifts. Good way to train the upper portion of the deadlift. And that was it. So thanks for watching. Please like or favorite the video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments and questions below, and I'm putting up the workout details here. So until next time, keep growing.